Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Fantactics podcast. My name is Renz, and I am excited to share the studio once again with my brother, my friend, my co-host, the octopus of worldwide, the legendary Sabubu El Cool.
I greet you fans. Eku Super Eagles.
Indeed, Eku Super Eagles, because by this time last week, headlines, social media, everywhere was on shutdown, and what was dominating the discussion was an altercation on the pitch by the Super Eagles superstar striker Osim Air. But after this fixture, it's all love, it's all gratitude, it's all excitement. I mean, this was a masterclass by the Super Eagles. All of una when been dey run mouth when they appoint Eric Shell. Sabubu na one of them. They say, who is Shell? All of una where they run mouth for Iwobi.
Point of correction. I never said who is Shell. If you go back to our videos, I said I like the way his Malian team plays. He has better players in Nigeria, and I believe
He can do
wonders with us.
Evidence. This Sabubu say, go and check. My evidence is there. Well, Sabubu, another man whom you have always not been so impressed with.
You see,
yes.
I'm not hiding it. I guess it. When people do not live up to the expectations that
we have of them.
Thank you, because I won't use one English word for confuse people. But now, I guess he has heard people like us complain about him. He has sat down and maybe he has done what they call an evaluation of his career with the Super Eagles. Another thing that has helped him is the change of formation that has given him that freedom. He doesn't need to do that defensive work like before. I don't know the juju man that gave that formation to Erico, but please still log on to that guy and connect signal.
This is just a distraction, so to say, but come on, what do you think if Eric was in charge for all of our World Cup qualifying campaign? Do you think we would have had any trouble with qualification?
See, if you look at what Morocco is doing presently, they have been together for a long time. So the coach has trained them for weeks. So even when they go on break and they come back, there's that synergy there. What is really helping Eric is the time they have spent together. He has seen the team in and out. He has seen the players, their personality on the pitch, outside the pitch, how they react. It's easy for the coach. Remember, for a coach, you're not a player. You're like the father, you're like the mother, everything you see it, which has really helped you. So even after the tournament, they go and they come back for any qualifiers, he already knows what he wants.
True.
That's what is really helping him. If Eric was part of this team at the beginning of qualifiers, we cannot say, because they are assembled for 1, 2, 3 days and they are off. Now he knows his team. There's some players I can tell you that will not play for the Super Eagles after this tournament. He knows the players. He knows players he's going to bring in. We keep talking about one particular goalkeeper, but we know Okonkwo, thumbs up to you. We saw what you did on Friday.
Yeah.
And thank God that his international.
I think he has switched allegiance, he's eligible. He's now eligible.
So it's not like
available.
All those boys from Makosa that did their own in.
Please, let this tournament finish in peace. Now, maybe they drag Osimhen last week. Me, self, I don't quiet now. All noise should go down. Let us focus on going as far as possible. NFF give Eric Shell and Super Eagles target to reach semi-final. They don't meet NFF target. We Nigerians now want to give you a new target.
Win the cup.
Restore the pride of this nation. If we know if we go World Cup, any cup where they this continent, may we hold and hostage. And that's what we want to do. But like I said, a lot of plaudits has been given to the likes of Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Alex Iwobi, and yes, Ako. But Sabubu, which player would you say, in your own opinion, has been flying under the radar but delivering a very solid and consistent account of themselves at this AFCON?
It's not one player. The defensive unit of the Super Eagles, awesome. Semi Ajayi, the Rock Bassi, Bruno, and Mosai. Those 4 guys have done what we know the Super Eagles defense of back in the days. Especially that 94 defense that we saw that as good as Keshi was, he couldn't get into that team
Yeah.
because of Uche Okechukwu and
Uche, yeah.
Chidi Nwanu. We are seeing that in the Super Eagles presently. And because that defense is solid, it makes guys in the midfield and attack.
A little more comfortable.
Yeah, and I always tell you something. If you don't get the ball, you can't play.
True.
Super Eagles are not allowing the opponents have the ball. And the opponents are not trained to play without the ball.
As much.
So that is, and that attack unit, when they move so fast that when they hit you, before you are trying to regroup, they are hitting you again.
Yeah, after our match, I noticed that tensions boiled over. This time around, from the opposition.
Arab contractors,
Abeg,
right?
can you console? Just let's take 1 minute to console Algeria. I hear say they still dey fight with, they still dey CAF now. They complain say they deny them penalty, officiation this.
Renz, if that video didn't trend about them sending us back to Sambisa Forest, I would have been cool. But you come to the social media where Nigerians are kings of
In their own
bashing,
right, yes.
kings of banters, Nigerians that, oh my God, you remember that Nigeria South Africa boat issue? That Nigerians,
Even Kenya sef,
when
they respect us,
when
they comot
Nigerians
cap.
started to book boat ride to one location, don't mess with those boys online.
No, don't mess with Nigeria, whether online or offline. Right now on the pitch, things are looking pretty, rosy for the Super Eagles, which brings us to our next fixture. Right, Nigeria will be facing the host of the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. Sabubu, let's take a few minutes before we end the first segment of our podcast to look at the prospects, the possibilities, and the talking points from that fixture. First and foremost, I just want to put you on the spot, right? Are you confident that the Eagles can dispatch the Moroccans on home soil?
Confidence is one thing, but the politics of football is another thing. Now, jokes apart, if they are to allow that match be played on neutral level in the sense that the referee will be top notch, because we know we are playing against Morocco, and the stadium and the crowd and the nation itself will beat them hands down.
So you're pretty confident.
But once they bring that, once that CAF intrigues comes into it, like what we saw against Cameroon.
Yeah.
Cameroon were poor in that match.
Of course.
But Morocco shouldn't have finished that match with 11 players first. Cameroon were denied the penalty in that match, which
A
we
blatant
all knew.
penalty.
But they were very, very poor. Now, with the way Nigeria plays, I don't see Morocco finishing that match with 11 players.
Okay, let's look at the tactical, battles in that fixture. Which positions do you think the Moroccans will be looking to exploit, and which positions in the Moroccan team do you think the Super Eagles can dominate?
Capo is not playing. That's Ndidi.
Yes,
I think
he's
he has suspended.
Yeah.
So this is a chance for
Onyedika to stake his claim,
because he's lucky that he has a Frank that will sit for him. And if there's anything I like about him, he's like, he reminds me of Frank Lampard. Gets into the box late, those shots, those runnings, he knows how to do very well.
I think I would go with more of a Steven Gerrard, because he does a little bit of both. He's good defensively.
Yeah.
He flies
So
into
now
tackles.
this is where he has to lay claim that, Eric, I can play. Now we have to keep Diaz quiet in that match, because he's one player that doesn't exert so much energy in the match, but it pops up
in moments.
Yeah. And that is how players that have played over time play football. They don't strain themselves. They just watch, like Messi. Messi does it a lot. Lewandowski is doing it now. Salah is doing it now. They just pop up. If we can keep that guy quiet, then first of all, we'll solve 30% of our problem in that match. Then that guy that scored the bicycle kick is another problem in that Moroccan team. And I hope Bassi can take care of that. Nigeria should just stick to the way they are playing, but they will need to adjust a bit. Adjust in the sense that We have been playing this pattern for a while. I'm still shocked that Algeria didn't sit down to study us well. They came into that match overconfident and we punctured them. Now against Morocco, we have to be very careful with the referees. Let's leave the crowd. The crowd can shout for the way they can. But these are players that have been playing high pressure matches around Europe.
True.
They play in noisy stadiums.
Played in the Champions League,
So
played in local
it should
derbies.
not be a problem for them. They should just be confident, take their chances when it arises, because there will be chances in that match. Morocco are there for the taking if we are serious. Trust me.
All right. So you made mention of Brahim Diaz, and we saw Bruno Yemechi pocket one of the legendary African wingers. Albeit he's in the twilight of his career. He already said that this AFCON is his swan song. It's going to be his last. Now, do you think he can repeat that feat with a much more nimble, Diaz? I know Diaz is not defending is not a solo effort. It's more of a team effort. But you also made mention of Oyedika coming in. Is it possible that Kochi also tweaks something and we actually might not see him in the lineup, but something
That's
else
another thing
happens?
again.
But like I said, do you feel that Onyemaechi is up to the task
He
of?
doesn't have a choice because he's like the like for like replacement as he stands for the team. Who wears the number 10? What's his name again?
Fisayodele Bashiru?
Bashiru is more of an attacking player. And the biggest problem you have with attacking players, telling them to hold on to the midfield, that's the holding midfield, that they tend to make unsolicited tackles because they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And you run the risk of someone having a yellow card in the first half in a high-stake semi-finals that is going to compete with another match that is very significant for two clubs. So, it will take a lot in that match for Nigeria to go through. Now, the biggest luck we have is the maturity of Bassi. Because if you watch in Nigeria matches, once Bruno or Sai goes ahead to overlap, Bassi is the one covering for them, which I don't know where he gets that strength from. But it's something I noticed in the tournament. Nigeria will just have to be disciplined. That is the truth, because that match will be won in moments. You saw what happened between Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire were the better team on paper before that match. But the goals were just mistakes. And you know one thing about football is when you play against a team that can attack and you concede the first time, you have a chance of equalizing.
Yes.
But when they not pump the second goal, then you are chasing
both
the game
demoralized.
all
And,
through. That's what happened to Cote d'Ivoire. If that match should be replayed again today, as long as they make those same mistakes, Egypt will beat them.
All right. Sabubu has said it all. Motivation has to be on point. We also encourage the Super Eagles supporters contingent in Morocco to get behind the team and also make some noise. We know they carry last for anywhere where we dey. Eric Shell also has to get his tactics spot on, and then the players have to deliver in the moments that come their way. Chances have to be converted when we see them. I know we have been scoring goals, but we have also missed a couple of chances that should have increased our tallies and made the matches we played much more comfortable. So the Super Eagles will have to work on that. We hope to see another exciting fixture. To be honest, our expectations have been superseded so far, and we hope that this continues deep and far beyond the tournament.
Renz, before you continue, NFF, if you are owing them money, please pay them.
Well, let's leave that one.
No,
Our skipper said that he had already promised that if they don't settle it before this last match, he will settle
we
them.
should not get to the
So
point
somehow
we should
it
not
has
get-
settled.
We should not get to the point Skipo is pledging his funds.
Yes. No, that's true. It's actually true.
There's one thing where there's no funds. People understand that there's no funds. And before we go, I want to ask you a question 1 minute before we go. And this is a very serious thing. What do we spend in Nigeria? What currency do we spend in Nigeria?
Naira,
In England, what currency do they spend?
pounds,
In
sterling,
Europe, what currency do they spend?
euros,
In Japan, what currency do they spend?
yen,
United States of America, what currency do they spend?
dollar.
They need a code of conduct in that team, right? If you are due $10,000, NFF do a transfer in Naira at the present rate and pay them. That is the truth.
My own, whether they go pay them in naira, pay them in cowries,
You-
I don't care. But Sabubu, going to an international tournament and now being faced, this is the giant of Africa we are talking about, being faced with discussions about allowances
It
not
doesn't
being
make
paid.
sense to me.
It don't make sense.
Mhm.
But we don't want to make any negative noise around this team now. May they just the kumbaya, enter final, win the trophy.
We'll be back. In fact, wait, I want to talk about square. Manchester United.
We will be back, sir. We will be back. Please, let's go for break.
Manchester United. I'm just crying.
Sabu, what's the problem?
They sacked Alonso.
Now lie.
I swear to God.
Guys, so because of this small, just 3-2.
Excuse me, it's Barcelona.
No, but Barcelona has been beating them since last
If it
season.
was
Now,
said-
what's new?
if it's-
He even beat Barcelona once this season, at least. So because they beat them for
In fact, he was fired.
what's going on? What's going on? Clubs
Wait.
are employing coaches,
Wait.
young coaches. They don't give them time.
Now me, they've cried. Why are you going to complain?
No, me at the verse, you they cry.
I will send you
Perez number.
chat him up. Manchester United. Oh, wow. The FA Cup has a tradition of smaller teams being giant killers. But this one time around, it was not a smaller team. It was a bogey team.
My brother, waiting Brighton. The way when Brighton don't Brighton United now, United no go wan see any team Brighton. If you are a Manchester United fan, you don't need to buy bleach. Just go collect Brighton.
Brighton is the only team in the Premiership that has 2 home grounds
Old Trafford,
and the American Express Stadium.
Amex. Now, Fletcher, the much touted disciple of Fergie, where they always carry phone, they ask sir, say, sir, what's going on?
But now under 12 they coach before. Now, so I tell you, says now under 12 I tell you they coach. I mean under 13. No, sorry, under 17.
Sabubu, don't insult that man. No be because say Brighton beat him, you go dey insult
But
him.
he was coach of under something now.
Shey the one when be the coach of Sporting Lisbon, no be Grimsby, na comot am for.
But you know, he wasn't coaching full-fledged boys now. Now on the edge they coach.
Manchester United, I just want to encourage you guys. Look, life will always put you down. Your day might not be brightened by the performance of your team.
In fact, it's adding salt to the injury.
But please stay strong. This breaking news where Sabubu just talk now, it go affect you now. Ask me how. Amorim dey play 3-4-3 formation. Na one of Xabi Alonso most successful formation for Bayer Leverkusen. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Man United fans, a young dynamic coach with fine hair, just like Amorim dey market. He dey play 3-4-3. So what we'll just do is Madrid's loss is your gain because if Alonso come, he get reps. If he come Manchester United, he go run things.
But do you think he will want to come to United?
Well, I would think he would have been leaning towards the Liverpool job, but he's not the only one, and he cannot be assured that Slot will vacate that slot anytime soon. So he will be looking to jump right back on the horse and prove a point. So I see him landing at Manchester United. For now, though, interim manager, they don't announce Michael Carrick as the candidate. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not return, and of course, the other candidates will be the year. It no go happen. So for now, good luck to you guys.
Okay, so that is for United. The fans, you have only the Premiership to contend with, so use it very well to finish in the top 4 or even win the league. You have the opportunity now. You won't say you have European distractions.
What do you mean? Are you insulting them?
No, if they win all the remaining matches, they can be champions of England.
Mathematically or utopically?
2 of them together, mix them.
That collabo. No, please, this is not a Banter United podcast. Please take note. Please, let's leave Manchester United behind because they're already behind.
Okay, so the smallest of all the cups in England, the semi-finals will take place this week. Newcastle versus Man City, first leg, St. James Park. We know Newcastle, Man City is always a fireworks.
Yeah.
They will kill themselves. We wish them all the best. Then there's another match, a small matter of the Chelsea Arsenal, that takes place the same time but different venues with Nigeria versus Morocco. Nigerian fans, how you guys are going to do it, I don't know.
My brother, you dey talk. We get two-factor authentication. This is where the viewing center comes in. Wasiu, Nigeria match this side, Chelsea match this side. OT
Then
focus.
if you're not at the viewing center and you have a DSTV, you can watch it at home and on your phone at the same time on your laptop.
Sabubu don give una update. So, looking at those two Carabao Cup semi-finals, what are your thoughts? Who do you see locking horns in the final?
No, there's always the first and second leg. So
Yeah, of course.
so maybe by the
But
second
just
leg,
looking ahead from now.
see, Newcastle and Man City is too close to call before the first leg. You know what I'm saying? So Newcastle will go for this match. So we don't know how many goals will come out in the first leg. But by the time the first leg is done, we can easily say, okay, this is a team that might scale through.
Okay.
Because you saw what Man City did to a team over the weekend in the FA Cup.
They
10-1.
exerted themselves.
They spelled their name perfectly.
True. Yeah.
Then for Arsenal versus Chelsea, Chelsea are in crisis with when it comes to their key players being suspended for the match.
Yeah.
That will give Arsenal a bit of an edge.
And of course, it's the first serious test for Liam. What did you call him?
Rosinho.
Okay, Rosinho. Because I hear somebody they call Rosemary for this place. Mona, they respect una self. Don't insult Chelsea coach.
So the first leg will be very tight, I can tell you. Because Rosinho will try as much as possible not to be too open. Because he knows what will
But
come
he's
at him.
actually an open coach.
See,
His style of play is very expansive.
when it comes to the Premiership, as a coach, if you don't
you go
have
learn.
sense,
You go learn work.
it happened to Wenger's last days when he used to go toe to toe with Klopp and Pep, and
Yeah.
we saw the result. It was always a 5-1, 4-1, 5-1. If he comes like that in the Premiership with some teams that do not have respect for you, especially those Crystal Palace and Sunderland, they will chop you raw.
Crystal Palace, no, they get respect for headers, but they go commot markless field. Go commot them. People went at part time. Baba, they inside. Baba, welder, plumber.
Wait,
Commot them.
just take it
No, it's okay. I just if I see you now go they collect point from Arsenal. Arsenal must win. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So
You understand?
respect yourself.
So for Arsenal and Chelsea, I look at a draw in that match or a Chelsea win.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the return leg would determine that match. Trust me, it will determine that match. And remember, both teams are stretched presently because they have
Multiple competitions.
they have what they call must-win weekend games coming.
Yeah.
For the Champions League, Arsenal are good as qualified already. Chelsea has to win the remaining two matches.
2 matches against
So you
Napoli
can see
and
that
Pafos.
both teams are being stretched. Arsenal is lucky that Kai Havertz is back. A couple of them. Ben White, I thought was going to be out for a long time, played yesterday. So you can see that for both teams, they have different contracts and contrasts squad-wise.
Actually, like Sabubu said, Arsenal are also going to have one eye on the weekend. Although they play a Nottingham Forest team that was eviscerated from the FA Cup also by a championship
But
side.
they've rested for a week and 2 days.
If they like, may they rest for a week and 1 day, 2 days, 10 days. Arsenal have their eyes locked in on the Premier League title. I ask once again, you who is watching, do you think they can do it? Manchester United square off against Man City this weekend.
God.
In a Manchester United derby, a grudge match, which might just play into Arsenal's hands. So by the end of this week or by next week, we could be looking at, we could start, ordering the Azul.
But that match, who will be in the tunnel? Likely going to be Carrick, right?
Yes, Carrick is going to take charge. He's taking over training on Wednesday, so he should be in charge for that fixture.
For that match, Carrick, let me tell you what Carrick's going to do. If we can't win the match, let us not lose it.
They go bring bus and trailer.
It's more like damage limitation and parking the bus and using the bullet train when they need to do it.
All right. Well, Chelsea will be facing their London rivals, Brentford. Do you think Rosinho can get a positive result from that match in his first Premier League game? Remember, Brighton have troubled Chelsea in all manners.
Chelsea Brentford at Stamford Bridge is not where the venue of the match is. It is the team they are playing. There's an informed Brazilian playing for Brentford that is scoring goals for fun. You saw what he did to an Everton team that are very disciplined at home.
Yeah, Igor Thiago. If Chelsea takes that match lightly,
they will be pumped
and punished.
I'm telling you, they won't have mercy for them.
No, Thiago is in really good form. And like you say, he's a very physical striker. He relishes duels. He relishes the physical battle. And I don't know if Chalobah and Co can cope with him.
Another thing I've come to understand about football is when a young coach wants to impact his vision for a team and the team goes with him and he doesn't have the pressure of management, they tell him just do what is right. The tendency of that coach going far is always there.
Yeah.
You saw what he has brought into the Premiership. He lost his first match or his second match to, in quotes, the original Nottingham Forest until Nuno was sent packing and everything
crumbled.
Brentford are a very, very mobile team.
Very dangerous.
You saw what they did to Arsenal at the
very
end.
Dangerous.
They came at Arsenal. Arsenal were shocked in that match. Chelsea would have to be very careful. If they concede first, the likelihood of them losing that match is there.
I remember the long throws and the set pieces.
They are the experts.
Very wonderful team. Keith Andrews has exceeded expectations. At the beginning of the season, they were touted as relegation candidates, but come on, look at where they are. So it's going to be an exciting weekend and a really exciting week football-wise. Stay glued to the Fantactics podcast. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Like, comment, engage. Let your voice be heard because that's what Fantactics is all about.
If you're a Nigerian and you're an African that likes good football, Wednesday night in Rabat, Morocco, Nigeria. Morocco want to win the Nations Cup after only God knows how long. It's unfortunate that a Moroccan team has won the Nations Cup just once and got to the final once in almost 20 years. They have everything going for them. But the problem is they're facing the Super Eagles.
Let me tell you one thing. This is the week of everything they spoil. Manchester United own spoil. Chelsea own spoil. Real Madrid own spoil. Morocco own too go follow spoil. After we finish with them, their coach too go they do the normal. Thank you very much. Until we come back.
Then Chelsea own will spoil too.
You don't spoil already now. You don't spoil already. Cut.
Bye.